Hello and welcome back to the fish shed. We've got a bit of a video to discuss today. Do we all recall the last few videos I've made in regards to fish TB and how it all happened, and trying to give the benefit of the doubt to a particular fish shop? I will not make mention of it. If you want to know, get in touch via the comments or DM me, PM me, whatever the hell you've got to do. It's frustrating. It's sort of reignited the fire in the belly as to why I'm doing this in the first place. It's frustrating because it is a big one and most people would have heard of it. It's been touched on by other YouTubers. People have discussed it. It's not okay. It should be mandatory that any fish shop needs to quarantine their fish. It looks like columnaris for some purple spotted gudgeons, and it looks like some TB for some firetail gudgeons. And I know they're a feeder fish and they're not meant to be the best fish in the world, but it should not happen, guys. It should not happen from a reputable place, okay? It was a lot of money spent on fish, and to have this issue now, that whole rack, luckily, is separate to everything else and not sort of, say if it was any of these where these are popping bubbles and there's little bits of water, right, spitting over, and they could float over into these tanks and then all your tanks suddenly become infected from that one thing. I'm thankful that it's only over here and not with any of the other fish that are in these other racks. It's very clear, very obvious of what conditions they are. There's no autopsy required. It's very, very clear. I've treated, and you know me, I don't do copious amounts of medications because at the end of the day, I've done that before and you can end up with more losses than it's worth. So luckily, I only got the 2 purple spotted gudgeons. One of them, not great. Keeping them in the same tank because I don't want to move one just to then reinfect another tank, which could potentially jump further to other ones. So keeping them confined to their own one. These mops will be sterilised once they're all done in all these tanks, just in case. Using different Philoropteras for these tanks because my Philoroptera up here, which is about to overflow, I knew that was going to happen. We'll train that down a bit. I've only done that twice before, so that's all right. Oh, that was close. I'll get me for a little sucker outerer over there. See, that's what happens when you get distracted. So that's what I mean. Everything now will be completely separated from that rack. And again, luckily from experience, knowing exactly what to do now does help. But it should not happen, guys. It is so frustrating to know that this place is making a lot of money. And I know a lot of people that purchase from there and either have issues or have not had issues, but I've known a lot of people now that have had issues with the same place. So if you want to know, get in contact. I've got no qualms in letting you know privately. I'm not going to shame people publicly. That's not what we're about. But again, reignited that fire. This is why I started it, because I was getting over buying fish that I wanted and having them cark it a month later, 2 weeks later, a day later, like, you know what I mean? Traveling is one thing and conditions in the bag happen, but to have these issues, it's the same place that caused the TB in the 6 foot inside a year, 2 years ago. So it tells me the practices have not improved that much in all that time, because I held off purchasing from there in all this time for that very reason, and thought, no, they're the only ones that have the fish I want, so I'm going to have to go through them. And yeah, lesson learnt once again, be sourcing them elsewhere. Might start going to the auctions and seeing people there that are running their own little fish breeding rooms with good practices, good reputations, because this is not okay. Anywho, that's my rant for today. We keep it pretty positive here, but today you get a rant, so enjoy. I'll talk to you later. Goodbye. Oh yeah, it's coming down quick. It was so close. And over the back, there is actually power here, so that's the worry with this one overflowing, and the fact there is no mat under the board, under the tank, above the board. Anyway, talk to you later. Goodbye. Oh no, quick. Might be getting rid of the angels. Might be putting gudgeons or some other. Honestly, what I want it for is Cali Tarbars, and that's going to be their feature tank. Want them enters there. Calitawas will be there. And then, yeah, I've got 3 heated tanks beneath. That's enough to grow out some more and get them going in the hobby a bit more. Instead of holding on to them for myself, that won't be happening. It'll be spreading out and spreading the love to everyone as much as we can and not charging absolute mozza for them. Okay, so that's the end of my video. Talk to you later. Goodbye.